Yay! We're on the internet, I think.
I don't know. Mine's not doing nothing yet.
Gotta love those ads.
Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
yeah.
Oh,
That's the go-to place for video gear for me.
I always.
Oh wait, I gotta make my video mute. Okay.
Yay! There we go.
Yay! Okay, 4 people are watching. So people are here. We're good. We're good. Hi, everybody. So this is the live show for Darkfever by Kara Marie Moning. And I'm Amanda Venture. You guys want to say your names? They know already, but we can just make it like a thing.
Lauren from the Novelush.
I'm Brandy from Brandy Janae's bookshelf. Lord, I can't say that.
Okay, everybody. Well, so we read Karen Marie Moning, Darkfever. I kind of spilled the beans a bit because I did put out a video last week called Dumpster Fire. And this was one of the books. So that's why I keep saying this video is going to be fire, because I have so much hate for this. Am I the only one? Like, I have like a visceral hate. Like, I feel it in my bones.
I really struggled with the read through because the first time I read it was in like 2016, where I really was just like reading anything paranormal I could get my hands on, and I didn't really give a shit. And I read it this time and fucking Mac, like in the first chapter, I was like, that's fucking enough. Like, I'm done.
She's just always terrible.
Yeah.
Always.
Where are my glasses? Whoops.
Yeah, I was pretty much on the same boat as you guys. I liked it, but well, no, sorry, I'm thinking about something else. I'm already off on another book. It was kind of a mess because mainly the character. If I don't enjoy the way the character is like telling the story, I have a hard time following, and I was having a hard time following because I was just like, she is dumb and she doesn't know how to tell a story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like the fact that she was just like kind of proud of the fact that she was just like a lazy bum. And she's like, I mean,
yes,
this was the year I was gonna make an effort to get my life together, but only if my sister came back. And I'm just like, man, whatever. That was really fucking irritating for me.
it was just like, yeah, everybody, my parents know who the hardworking one of us was. I was just like, but you're literally doing nothing.
And
she's just tanning.
And it was so trite. She's like, yeah, I'm just sitting by the pool in my polka dot bikini with my long blonde hair and ponytail, just working on my tan. I was like, oh god damn it.
I know. Like, I referred to this character as like if Elle Woods from Legally Blonde and Buffy made a baby, but the baby is made out of all of the worst traits of both those characters.
Accurate.
That's who this is. Oh my gosh. I don't know why she did anything she did in this book, because like literally that's all she does all day. She bartends and then she tans. And she's like, oh, my sister was murdered and the police have no more clues. I'm going to solve the murder with all of my detective skills I have, apparently. How does she think she's going to solve it? She knows how to tan, and that's about it.
The fact that she like gets up and just like, oh yeah, I'm going to Ireland. I work as a bartender. I have no money, but I'm just going to get up and fly off to Ireland and just go be there until I figure out what happens.
Yeah.
There's so many problems. Oh, okay. Just I have a fan ready because like it makes my blood pressure high.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you can see, it is a Manila Luzon drag fan.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I'm ready. Blood pressure. I'm not drinking this time because last time I did the video, I was drinking and I was angry and I was just sweating. So this time I'm just like, it's probably just going to be high blood pressure sweat.
Yeah, I just got water this time. No day drinking for me.
I got soda because I ran out of coffee.
I think this is the first time I literally ever have drank water on my any video. It's usually always liquor, like always.
Yeah, I'm the one that always has my water. I got a new water bottle though, so that's nice.
Cute.
Fancy.
My kidneys are probably like, what the fuck is this stuff? That was pretty much okay. So I went through and I started highlighting things this time around that I wanted to make note of, and then I just stopped doing it because they were all just like dumbass Mackenzie quotes. And it's like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, we got she was from the South. Like, It's like every other sentence, I'm from Georgia. And we're like, no one cares. Oh my gosh. And plus, I listened to the audiobook because I knew a lot of the words in this were going to be like in Celtic, and I wanted to hear someone say them because otherwise I'm not going to know how any of these words sound. So like the character who was doing her voice was she's doing too many voices. She's being extra. Like she like it was such a thick Southern accent. It was like Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh no.
It was Brandy
It was
listened
pretty
to it. It was
bad.
really thick.
Yeah, I was just like,
Uh-oh.
yeah, I should would have just stuck with the normal like tone of voice because I was just like, all of that wasn't necessary. Is my
Yeah.
stuff breaking up again?
I don't like. I know people do have thick accents like that, but like, there's no way it's that thick all the time. I don't think that's accurate.
That reminds me of, what was that series? So Cherise Sinclair has this BDSM series that I was reading, going through last week before last, trying to break myself out of my slump. And she had these characters that were from Texas, and they would say shit like, get on out of some shit. It was just like very, it's like nobody fucking talks like that. They sound like John Wayne. Like, nobody fucking, I lived in Texas for like 15 years. Nobody says that, ever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why people do shit like that. It's so fucking irritating. And Mac was like, she wasn't that bad, but it was close.
Was it close? Like, she's that bad for me.
I don't know. I don't know if you've read those books yet, but I'll send you the particular one with that character so you can skim it if you want. Cause
Okay.
Oh my God, it just, oh.
Like the audiobook. Okay. Because I was listening in the car on the way to work and stuff. And it was literally me just screaming at the book. Why are you like this? God damn it. Like I was so angry, just screaming at her the whole time. I could not with anything she did. Like, okay, random example. Towards the end of the book, she's hunting for clues in this like haunted-y house in the bad part of town. And she's like, oh, I found all these clues and pictures. I'm going to sit down in the goddamn foyer and start going through them instead of leaving the fucking house.
Yes, I just made a note of that because if
How
I
are you
just
not murdered?
like I was listening to this audiobook for most of the day because I woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning, so I needed to get through it, and I just got through that part, and I was just like, you found this stuff that you've been looking for. Why would you not go back to where you're staying? You're in this abandoned part of the city that nobody knows about,
That's
and
full of
you're
creepy
just like,
things. Yeah.
let me just sit here and let's go through everything. It was, yeah, she made a lot of dumb decisions throughout this entire book.
She doesn't have any goddamn sense.
No.
Like, I couldn't. I all of my Ravenclaw bones, like, I can't. It like shuts them down because she's so dumb. Like, I can't process it.
The bad part is like she does not get any better through like the 6 or 7 or 8, however many fucking books there are. She's just dumb. It's just like a straight flat line level of dumb. There's not even like a little better. It's just stupid all the damn way across.
Like, I know they're trying to do it for jokes. Like, it's supposed to be funny, but it's not funny because it's just like, how are you not murdered? How are you alive? You're too stupid to live.
If it's supposed to be funny, that's horrible because I'm so far off the mark. It's just painful. When I was reading it through, because I worked 4 a.m. starting yesterday, I went in 4 hours early. So I was like, let me get through this book. Let's go ahead and just read this. And I was just sitting there cringing, like, how did I finish this book last time? And why did I read the next one? What the fuck? It was awful.
I think it's the people who read it like several years ago who maybe didn't know better. And they were like, oh, yeah, I remember really liking that. But you forget all the parts you didn't like because it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened. Because I was extra mad because I picked this. This was my pick. And I hated it so much. I was so betrayed by everyone who said it was good. Okay. Okay.
It felt
Man,
like
time already.
It almost kind of felt like the author was not like fan casting, but it was just like what she wishes she would be, or like her ideal person, because she just spent so much time on like how much money her family has and how the house is big and sprawling and so on and so forth, and they have this pool and all this money, and you know she's got a slim waist even though she's got big boobs and big butt, and I was just like, wait, oh fucking K. And she just like every time we have to talk about her, it's just like, God damn it, okay, stop. Get other shit, please.
Yeah.
Also, she wore frosted lip gloss, and I like lost all respect for her for that. She kept saying frosted lip gloss. I'm like, no.
It's just like,
cool, like when that shit came out, I don't think I've ever seen anybody actually wear that in real life.
Yeah, no one pulls it off.
No, ever.
And for her being so fashion forward and knowing what's cool, and I'm like, honey, no one pulls that off. Like, why did no one tell you? Ugh, there's so many problems.
Yeah, it's rough.
I think by the end of it, I saw like maybe a glimmer of something that could be cool, but it wasn't enough. Like I gave this 1 star because I was gonna give it 0 stars before that. I got 1 star because at the end, she actually did beat up some bad guys
but
somehow.
the thing about that is that she never really trained. Like he said, I'm gonna teach you how to kill someone, but she never actually did any. Gotta love that sucky internet. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Well, she didn't really train too much.
No.
She just like, and I was just like, okay, it came out of nowhere, and she was just like, oh yeah, I all of a sudden can beat up all these people and kill all these people, and we're just gonna keep on going.
Yeah, that was like the weird Buffy part where she's just like, oh, all of a sudden I know how to murder things and like kick ass. Which like I appreciated because it's like she did one thing and she didn't even do it on purpose, but at least she did something. So I was like, okay with it. And like she actually, when she went to that creepy house, she wore like appropriate creepy house gear. She wore like jeans and tennis shoes and a hoodie. Like the one time she dressed appropriately. Oh my gosh. All of it. Yes. Okay. So anime, which is like funny how Guilty Pleasure talked about how bad all the clothing descriptions were, but these were way worse. They were because they were inappropriate for the situation.
Not only that, but it wasn't just clothing. It was stupid shit. Like it was also like nail polish and hair. So it's like, what do I need to know about her fucking nail polish for?
Yes.
Why?
And how she liked to eat her French fries. It was like a 2-line description about how she liked to eat her French fries, and I was just like, why do we need that?
Yeah, it wasn't like an oddity that contributed to her personality in any way, except to say that she's still fucking annoying me.
Like I wouldn't have minded a little bit of talk, like if you throw in random details where like if she's actually being a smart person and has sense in her head, and she like goes by a drugstore, she's like, oh, you know what? I've had a horrible day. I need a goddamn new nail polish. And like, that's a quirk. And I was like, okay, you have personality. You can like nail polish and do other things. But the problem was her whole personality was based off of nail polish.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have all of it based on that. If you have like little bits of it, that's kind of like a quirky thing. You know?
Like even if like they started talking about her nail polish and like different colors, it's like she was in a bad mood that day. Her nail polish was black. She felt better. Then she painted her nails pink. Like little shit like that. I don't need a 42 fucking paragraph description about she just likes sparkly pink fingernails. Okay, damn it.
Who has the time to like take off all the nail polish, redo it every day? Like,
but like if you're a fucking worry, even this is what like killed me. Like she is so fucking worried about her sister, but also it's like, you know, my fingernails and Barons and all this other shit. I'm like, you're awfully distracted for somebody whose sister was, you know, murdered.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, in the comments, she's like, can we talk about how upset she was about dyeing her hair?
Oh, that pissed me off.
It's like, it's either dye your hair or die for real.
And then on top of that, she was like, and now my my nail polish doesn't match my new hair color. I was just like, does it matter? They're not gonna be like, ooh, you have 2 different colors that clash. Like nobody cares. Just,
No fucking sense. It's like, do this or die. And she's like, but do I have to? It's like, yes, or you can die. Like, no, nothing sinks in her brain. There's like an impenetrable force of stupid around it that sense can't get in. And I hate her with the fire of 1,000 suns. Dumpster fires everywhere. Like, I can't. Like, it hurts my bones. Like, I feel it in my bones. Okay. I just need it. It's like I'm gonna have the vapors from this.
I usually, when I reread a book like years later and I really hate it the second time around, I usually try not to change the rating. It's like, I think I'm gonna have to change this one because it's just so painful.
It's bad. It's legit bad. It was like immediately bad, and I was worried because I'm like, okay, this starts poorly. Maybe it's just a rough start, and then like, no, that's just how it is.
No, I'm pretty sure like in the first chapter I have like 8 things highlighted, and literally one of the notes says WTF, and I'm like, she ain't even left the fucking states yet. What the hell?
Yeah, right from the get go, no good's happening here.
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
And then like I remember texting you guys in the chat when I started reading this. I'm like, what the fuck is this love interest? Because immediately when we meet Jericho, I hate him forever.
Yeah, he like threw her up against a wall or something, didn't he?
Like, I could have maybe got over that. Like, if he just pushed her against a wall or something and didn't hurt her, like, I could maybe get over that. That's still bad behavior. But he literally grabbed her so hard on purpose to hurt her that she couldn't wear a bra the next day because her ribs were so fucking bruised. This is the love interest.
Yeah. Remember, like, when we started this, and I was like, Barron's is trash. And everybody was laughing at me because I was like, he's not like Casbreaker asshole, like lovable asshole. He's just an asshole. And everybody was laughing. I was like, no, really. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
Yeah. And like Kaz Brecker is surprisingly good boyfriend material. He got revenge on her enemies. He found her parents. He bought her a fucking boat. Like, you could do worse than Kaz Brecker.
Yeah.
And like Jericho is like garbage human. He has physically assaulted her.
Several
How?
times.
Like,
I get it though, because she's so stupid. Like, I want to punch her in the face too. Like, I get it. I understand his need to do that, but like, you don't get to. You're a grown ass man.
Yeah.
That's not something you get to do. Sorry. No.
And unfortunately, like, that really doesn't get any better. So like later on when he gets better, as like all the asshole characters tend to do, he still does shit like that. And that's why I was like, I don't know why everybody's like, Barron's is so hot. I'm like, this shit's not okay. So there's like an assault later in the book, which I also said there was some weird sex stuff in this book. But
Yeah.
there's an
Definitely.
assault like in the later books. It's like pretty bad. And he's essentially like, bitch, suck it up. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot with Barron's.
Like, part of, like, I don't know. There's nothing like I think that can salvage the character for me. Even though like I understand his frustration sometimes. Like, okay, back to fashion for a minute. There's a scene where she's all getting stubborn and mad at him, and she's like, she just told me where we were going. Like, I could dress appropriately on my own. And he's like, fucking fine. We're going to a goth club that's owned by a vampire. Dress appropriately. And she's like, fine, thank you. And she goes and she wears a rainbow bright dress.
Yeah.
And he's
And
just
she's like, of course, I'm a rainbow. She's like, I want to be a rainbow. I was just like, but
he's just
not
like,
right
you
now.
had one job. You had one job. How did you mess this up? You had to do one thing. And she put a lot of effort in. She's not like, she's like, oh, I didn't have anything black, so I went the other way. It's just like, no, she actively like painted her toenails. Like, she had her frosted fucking lip gloss, which is disgusting, and a rainbow bright dress. Like, she tried really hard to look that stupid.
Yeah, she's that's so frustrating. And her, like I said, her character doesn't really get any better. And it's like, how did I read like? Because I got up into there's this one minor character who comes later, like, and then she gets a book, and it's like book 6 or 7. I don't know.
Ooh.
I got to like that book before I stopped, and I don't know how I made it that long because I could not even finish this book on the read through this time around. So it's like, fuck this. I know how it ends. I don't need that much detail, bitch. We gonna wing it. I can't.
Oh my god, now I'm angry because you know what? I hate read this because I can't DNF because it's a bookshop, like book club book. I forced myself to finish it.
So I was glad I had read it already because I basically
I know.
started skimming through that shit. It was like Cliff Notes. It's like, I will not.
I wanted to DNF it so much, and I had to read it because it's for book club, and like I was like hate reading it, like hate reading. Like, I haven't hate read something in a long time because usually I'm just like, I don't need to do this in my life. I'll not read this anymore. And this one, it was like forcing myself to hate read it.
Yeah.
It like ruined my day every time I had to read this thing.
Yeah, and I think that was part of the problem I had with reading it too, because I always wait till the last minute with book club anyway, because my memory sucks so bad, and you've seen me like mix my books up a lot and shit. So I try to make it the last thing I read before book club. So I read it yesterday, and yesterday I went into work at 4 a.m. So I sat up there, I was half asleep, propped up my little fucking iPad. I was like, all right, let's read this book, and then I just kept highlighting shit, and I was like, chapter 2, goddamn, I done highlighted the whole fucking. Nah, bro, I can't do it. I tried. I really did. I mean, it was making me angry. Like I was at work, like getting pissed off. This book was legit making me mad because it sucks so bad. I was like, I can't. I'm glad I read it already.
It's like, it's just an anger book. I don't have any other responses besides I'm so angry with it all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Like there was some weird. So what is the other weird thing that the author did that I highlighted was that she did some weird. I think she tried to make the Fae dark. I mean, her Fae are pretty dark, but it was this thing that she did with the ceiling when she was explaining, like in the first chapter. I don't know how fucking Mac is all of a sudden this expert in like the prologue. Well, it's a prologue, whatever. So it says the Seelie aren't quite as lethal as the Unseelie. They don't kill us on sight. They have a use for us, sex. Though they barely credit us with sentience, they have a taste for us in bed. And I was like, really? It's like sleeping with livestock. That's weird and fucking why?
It's like, I'd rather get killed than be treated like a cow you want to fuck.
Right. Like, it's bad enough to be treated like a cow, but a cow you want to fuck? Like, what?
Yeah.
What kind of
Sexy
weird
cows.
shit is that?
And they kind of bring.
Go ahead.
I was just going to talk about something that happened later. It was like it kind of brings up when that one Faye thing came in where she basically just started stripping herself.
Yep.
Anytime it came up, and I was just like, "Is this supposed to be sexy?" Like, I don't understand. She's in public, like literally taking off all of her clothes.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Lauren,
what's up?
I have a question. Okay, so you read more of these books. Jericho. He's obviously not a human. I don't think.
It ever gets it's one of those things kind of like, fuck, what was the guy
They don't say what he is?
where they don't really explain it, they just hint and give you pieces.
Second Grave on the Right or whatever that was.
Yeah, it's kind of like that where you get like little pieces of it. I don't remember them flat out in one book going, he's this or that. And I know
always felt like he was like a prince.
Yeah, she asks him. And I think like he flat out refuses to tell her even when they're like an actual thing. And he's just essentially like, none of your fucking business, bitch.
I think he's one of the princes because he has a lot of knowledge about those princes. He's like, princes don't have to like do that rapey thing where they're like sex vibes. They don't have to do that. I'm like, how do you know? Because maybe you're not doing them. So I feel like he's one of the princes.
Yeah,
that's my idea. But he's still a dick, which makes a lot of sense because the Faes are kind of dicks.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of his behavior make sense. That's my idea. But
it gets
I don't care enough to find out.
I don't remember what book it is when she essentially gets like assaulted later by like a group, I think, of Faes, 2 or 3. It's like the lady who and it goes back to my thing with Outlander. I'm like, okay, it's one thing to like use an assault as like a plot point, even though I don't really like it, but just like arbitrarily be fucking throwing it in there and then it doesn't serve any purpose. Like it doesn't do anything with her character. It's just like a really shitty thing that happened, and to make it like on the scale of like 0 to like really bad, it was like an 11 out of 9. Like, why did we even, what was the purpose of that? Like, why are you just like baiting people with shit like, or shocking people rather? Like I really didn't care to read about that. And then it wasn't even like that. Also could have been a point to where they could have been like, oh, you know, Barons really took care of her after the fact. Like he was really sweet about it. Oh, nope. Didn't help with that either. Okay, never mind.
I mean, he painted her toenails once, but not enough. And it was like, that was a weird scene too. She's like really into her toenails. Yeah. All the time. Weird. And frosted colors. I can't with her frostedness. I'm still on it. Like it's in the back of my mind. Like she likes frosted nail polish and frosted lip gloss. It's like, stop frosting yourself. No one likes it.
Oh, see, now it makes me think of what the fuck is that movie with
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Like, go frost yourself.
So terrible.
That is the only way, like that much frost is appropriate when you can tell someone to go frost themselves.
It wasn't. It was a '90s thing, Mindy, but it wasn't even good in the '90s. I think in the '90s it still looked terrible. But maybe
I don't think it ever looked good because I remember in the '90s I bought like that frosted lip gloss one time and put it on. I was like, this looks like I have chalk on my face. What the fuck? And I threw it away.
Hi, Latasha. She just said she got done with eating their family, so I'm just like,
hi.
I don't know what that tabletop game is. Ignacio asked if She based her fae off White Wolf's tabletop game.
Oh, I don't know that one either.
Yeah, we're not cool enough to know that. Maybe they're kind of dicks. Are they dicks in that game?
Yeah, like I have to have friends to play tabletop games with. I don't have any.
We could do a live show where we just play a tabletop game.
I mean, plus I feel like tabletop games, like I'm too big of a nerd to have hobbies like that because you get all into it, like painting your little figures and shit. And I'd be completely extra. I just can't do it.
No, I haven't really got into that. I used to play like Munchkin back in the day, which is kind of like a satire of like those Dungeons and Dragons games, but with cards. I don't know. It's stupid. I used to play that a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to play. I tried to get into that kind of stuff, but like I said, it's not fun by yourself. And usually, I was the dorkiest out of all my friends. If there was nobody dorkier than me, there was nobody to like entice to do dorky shit with me. So.
I always feel like I'm dorkier than I actually am, because like I feel like, oh, I'm like nerdy. I like nerdy stuff, and then I go to like the Renaissance Fair, and I'm like, oh, I'm not a nerd. It's like a weird thing where I'm like, oh no, like these are nerds. Like I didn't know. I didn't know. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just like, oh no, I'm not a nerd. I can't say I am. That's how I am all the time.
Like I would cosplay, but there are people who are so much more like way into it than me, and I'm like, I also feel like there's a limit. And I'm like, if I don't go to a con and I cosplay soon, like once it is very obvious here that I'm over 30, like the window for that shit, it's done. That's enough. Time to have a ma'am. Can't do it.
I don't know. With enough makeup, no, it'll know. I think you'll be all right.
So I've been trying to like, I have another window open over here. I'm pointing like you can see my fucking screen. Anyway, I've been trying to Google what Barron's is to see if anybody said it. And like the most I can see is people saying he's not quite human. So I don't know if they ever really spit it out or if they're just trying not to be spoilery. But I came across this article that says 5 reasons why Jericho Barron's isn't so bad. I was like, excuse me, what?
I don't have any reasons.
There are, he sucks. Okay.
Hurts your rib cage so hard you couldn't wear a bra. Not on accident. He did that on purpose. He wanted to hurt her. No, fuck you.
Yeah, he wanted to scare her to the home.
Couldn't deal with him. He's a dick. I don't like him.
Oh, would you like to know what the first reason that popped up on this list is? Because I just wanted to see what they are.
What is
number
it?
5. So this is not even the top reason. This is number 5. It says he can save your life with his dick. Excuse me, what?
What? No dick is that good. First of all,
it has to do with that like weird assault thing that I told you later. Remember how he was like warning her that she can basically get like sex drunk and now you want to play with the squeaky. So essentially, like they were telling her these fae could make her like sex drunk and use that to assault her, like when she started stripping in public. So that was part of the like when she got assaulted later. And it was like 2 or 3 of them, and then after the fact, she still felt the effects of it. And he's like, "Well, I gotta fuck you so you stop feeling all of that shit."
No.
Yeah, I was
like
looking
he's a shit boyfriend.
That's taking the drunk girl home at a party.
Yeah,
No.
basically. After she already got like basically a train run over by 2 other drunk people, it's like, okay, but I'm your boyfriend, so it's okay if I sleep with you and you're drunk. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't.
No.
I had the rest of the books in the series. I got my library book sale. I've already gotten rid of them. I can't. I have even less desire to read this. This is terrible. Okay, what's number 4? Let's see what the fuck it is now.
These reasons are so superficial and they suck. Like, okay, so number 4 is he'll let you drive his Lamborghini. 3 is he knows when a fight isn't worth it. 2 is he trusts you. It's like, I don't think.
Does he? I don't trust her.
Yeah. And then number 1 is it says like, what's yours is mine. So he buys her expensive clothes, cars,
Ew.
antique relics,
Ew.
books and baubles. Oh yeah, I remember that with the bookstore. Okay, that was a kind of a good thing he did later. It's just one fucking thing, but it doesn't make up for all of the other shit.
Yeah.
I think he gave her his bookstore, like signed it over to her when he essentially abandons her later. And he's like, but here's a bookstore to remember me by because I know you like the fucking book. No, sorry. Barron's fucking suck. I wish I hadn't read that list. That list just made my ass hurt.
Hold on. Who said okay? I read the books years ago and gave up after the first spinoff, but I remember Barron's was one of the 9 immortals. I don't know what the 9 immortals are, but I guess there's 9 of them and they're immortal. I don't know what that is, but yeah, he had to be something. I always thought that maybe he was a prince.
Yeah,
But
because
I
he
don't
kept
care
ending
enough
up on
to find out.
ceilings and roofs and stuff. So, yeah, that wasn't normal.
Yeah.
She was just like, "Oh yeah, I don't know how he got on the roof of the building, but there he is."
I don't know. But like I could deal with the secrecy. I could deal with like the not human secrecy because what is it in Dara does that in City of Brass, and I still kind of like him. It's like you spend the whole book going on, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he this? Is he this? But you don't hate the character. Like outside of all that shit, first and foremost, Barons is just flat out an asshole. That's just it. It has nothing to do with like needing to be secret because of like whatever. Because you can be secretive and kind of like ruin the relationship a little bit, and I would still understand it if it's like to protect her from something. If it's a secret humans aren't supposed to know, I'd be like, well, you could tell her anyway. But like, I'd get over it. No, he's
Yeah.
just a dick just cuz. He's just an asshole.
Yeah. Just an asshole. Like there's a lot of behavior I could maybe get over. That's bad behavior. Because in certain contexts, like maybe if he just grabbed her because he's so angry or something, but he didn't try to hurt her, he just like, oh, I just grabbed your arms. I'm so mad. Like that's still questionable, but maybe I could get over it.
Yeah, it's like
But like, no.
tattooed her neck later so he can track her.
Yeah.
It's like fuck that. No.
I can't with all of it. So much. It's all bad. It hurts my soul.
Yeah, I think this is probably the worst one that we've read so far. So
I don't know. For me, the Jane Yellowrock book was pretty shitty.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, yeah.
I didn't read that one.
You're lucky. It was bad.
It was really
wait. Which one was this? Where did she in New Orleans and she was like a shapeshifter?
Yeah.
Oh no, I read the first 2 chapters. Said nope. I didn't read that.
Yeah, I forced myself through that one, and that was crap.
It was the same weird thing with the clothes. It was the same, but she also was like a cat in heat. So she would just be like, see people. She got like, oh, potential mate. Let's go fuck him. Oh, what about that one? Potential mate. And it's like, oh, bro, like, no. No, I can't.
You just be fucking people, I guess. I don't know.
Which is fine, but in the character, it literally came off like a cat in heat. And I was like, all right, that's not cool anymore. Just
everything's bad about this, and it was weird because like I picked this. This is my fault. We did this to ourselves. And the thing is, everyone overwhelmingly said they loved this, so everyone lied. Like, how did they all lie to me? Or maybe it was just people who weren't planning to reread this with us, and they're like, I
don't know. Like when I went back and started it on Goodreads, I saw that last time I read it in 2016. So apparently 2016, I was still fucking stupid. I gave it 4 stars. So I don't know if I
dropped the book when you said that.
To be fair though, I used to also rate books based on like if I liked it enough to binge it, then I figured it must have been a good book. So I would like read it in a day, be like, oh, okay, that was cool, 4 stars, and I just keep going. Like there was no thought to it. Because now I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, this bitch is on my nerves. We ain't even got to chapter 2. Oh hell. Yeah, that rating's coming down.
The Fae were dark and creepy. The anime said that, and I was like, yeah, the Fae were good villains.
Yeah, she just
I'll give the book that.
Weird ways. It's like when people use that and make like all these weird like sex situations, and they go, "Oh, but it's okay for them to be rapey because they're dark and violent." See? And it's
like that other one that she ran into in the alley that just basically started stroking herself off in the alley. I was just like, but why? Why was that needed?
Exactly.
Just a little too much sometimes.
I think it's about execution too, because not Anita Blake, the Laurel K. Hamilton's not Anita Blake. Fuck, her Mary Gentry series. Those Fae are like that, but it's only like one of them that she uses in that way, and it's because his particular character is like more evil than all the rest of them. All of them aren't just arbitrarily running around assaulting people because they're very dark and like creepy and evil. This lady just got some. I don't know. I read her Highland series too, and I really fucking hated it. It's like historical. I think they're historical paranormal with Scottish lairds. I don't fucking know, but it was bad. I remember that much. I keep forgetting I tried to read it, and I try to pick it up again. I'm like, oh, historical romance. It's paranormal. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I forget, and then I try to pick it up like a year later. I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to take this book and buy it and put a bigger X on it on my bookshelf so I know not to fucking touch it again. with the
Yeah.
Scooby, sir. Do you mind?
Your puppy is being crazy.
Yeah. He
What
does.
did I send you? I sent you that meme where it's like, what I thought I was getting is like a picture of a cute puppy. It's like, what I got? It was a picture of a Velociraptor.
Yeah. The one that I had actually, like, he had to go. So he went to a lady with a giant yard because he got very big very quick and was literally eating like everything. He ate the back of my TV remote and he ate the batteries in the remote, like ate them. Yeah, exactly. What do you do with that? What?
Is
I
he
would
like a demon? Like, how did he eat the acid?
I
How
took
did he
the
eat it?
dog to the fucking. I walked him to the dog park. We stayed in the dog park for 2 hours, and I walked him back. I'm like, "Hi, your ass gonna sleep now." This motherfucker ripped and ran around the house like a little psycho. I was like, "What does it take to make you tired?"
Just
So
ketamine. That's all
yeah,
you need.
I couldn't. Like that was not a good match for me in this apartment. If you ever watched, so I always tell people and they laugh at me, but if you ever watched Scooby Doo, which most people did, and they would be running from shit and they would run so fast they'd be running in place for a second and then the carpet would like go up in little ramps because they ran it back and it smushed against the wall.
Mhm.
He did that to my rug every day. It would just be up in little humps and just like 4 feet back from where it started. I'm like, man, your ass gotta go. So he went to a very nice lady who fucking loves him. He's giant. She lets him sit on our lap. She lets him sit on the furniture. It's like, okay, well, power to you, because no.
Yeah, the museum scene was pretty bad. And messed up sexual content. Yeah, that's true. The Fae are like creatures of chaos, so you shouldn't want to fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing good happening. I've been reading a lot of Fae books lately, and not on purpose. I just kind of find them and I want to read it.
Yeah.
And like, I've read some good ones and I've read some bad ones. It's just, I kind of done depends.
Yeah. It's like I said, execution too. It's like when people use that as an excuse to just put people in weird sexual situations. I'm like, that's not actually hot. I don't know what you thought that was, but that's not attractive to read, ma'am or sir.
Oh man, it's just ugh. Like, we didn't even get good smut. It was just creepy, like museum sex wave, and like Allie jerking off. Like, I couldn't. There's no good.
It
No good.
It kind of like reminds me of that scene in the beginning of the Anita Blake book that we started with when they were on the stage in the strip club, where it's kind of like he's like purposefully like taking over her will, and then at that point, like any potential hotness of the scene, like it just drains right out of it. It's kind of like that. It's like you do realize, like, once you take the consent out of it, like, no, it's not. No.
Like, we don't want to read that.
But unfortunately, I read a lot of romance books like that where people feel, I don't know if they feel like if you make the character do it, then not only does it happen faster, but people are like, well, I mean, she didn't have a choice, so, and they make an excuse for it. But I've never made excuses for it. That immediately makes it creepy and weird, and no thank you.
Yeah, because if not having a choice means it's rape.
Yeah.
it's a rape book. And yeah, I think that's like a big thing in a lot of books in general. I think a lot, maybe because we're reading a lot of paranormal romance, obviously, but it happens a lot there too, where the author's version of a strong female character is just someone who is like bitterly stubborn. And like, that's Mac. She's just fucking stubborn. That doesn't make her a strong character. It just makes her an idiot.
Yeah.
And that's like seen as like a strong character, because I'm going to stand up for myself and say no. It's like, you have no goddamn sense. Like, you don't need to say no now. People will still think you're strong if you have sense.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just a thing that goes around. And it's like, it's a writing choice, and people do that with the sex scenes as well, because like you said, like getting the force, but maybe like questionable consent, like people don't register that, and it's like a writing choice, and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
And we've been picking them somehow. We have like this radar for them. This books this year, we're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. It's just, you know what? I will probably never say this ever again in my life. I never thought I would ever say such a thing. But like, as far as Mac and her character, she reminds me of Selena in some ways, with like how they keep trying to push all the little like super girly shit in there. But like, Sarah J. Maas actually did that better. And I never ever thought I would say that about anything ever.
you know what? I like the Throne of Glass series, so I know what you're talking about. Like, she has these quirks where she's like, "Oh, I'm doing all this stuff, and I have sense in my fucking head," but she's like, "Ooh, necklace? Tell me more."
Yeah.
You know, she can also like pretty things. So I think the focus of the story wasn't on her liking pretty things. It was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I have shit to do. When I'm done doing my shit, it's necklace time." So
It was better. Like, I didn't like her until the end of the books when she was with Rowan. And then I think it's she legit gets serious. Like, there was some scene in one of the books where she I don't know what she did, but she basically like set everything up beforehand. And so when she got back, it just all fell into place. Like, she snuck off to the bank and did something or other. I don't remember what she did, but it had something to do. It was basically the scene where she had on the dragon dress. That was like from there forward, I liked her. But up until that point, she was a fuckwit. I'm sorry, she was. The thing in the first book with the candy on the bed, like, you're in a fucking house full of assassins. You don't eat shit. People leave in your room. What? Sorry.
I understand the criticism. It just didn't bother me.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Fucking crazy. It drove me wild. Like, that is out of that whole book. That is like the top thing that stands out. It's like, oh, all these killers running around, contestants dropping like fly. Oh, bitch, candy. Yes. No, ma'am. No.
It just didn't bother me. I understand the criticism. It's valid. It just doesn't bother me.
I don't know, for some reason, like, I let a lot of shit go in books sometimes, but oh, that one was rough. And also, like, the shit with the king killed me. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna just, like, I would think if it were my house and for some reason I just decided that to be, you know, my assassin, I'm gonna let a bunch of serial killers out of fucking maximum security prison. Maybe lock their asses up when they're not competing. Yeah. Let them just run the fuck around my house, maybe. I don't know. These motherfuckers stealing silverware and poisoning dogs and letting monsters out of the basement and shit. What? Y'all, I'm sorry. That drove me wild. I can't. That first book hurt so bad.
It doesn't bother me. I liked it. I'm offended because there are problems.
Come here.
But
You want to pee on my floor? Come here. Come here.
someone wants to see your puppy too. If you bring him up.
This is my little brher. He stopped
hi.
in this.
Hi.
There's brothers and puppies. I have nothing cute. I have a fan. I'm just alone with my fan.
Hi.
Oh, look at the puppy.
Oh, this is a new puppy. I was expecting the Wiggles.
No.
Is that the one? That's
what she said to get rid of.
Yeah.
Well, there was another one. There was the boxer.
No,
yeah.
no, he got sick. I don't know. So when I didn't have him anymore, that's when I got the last puppy, because like I was upset. Diesel didn't like it, so Diesel would sit by the door and cry and wait for him to come back. So I was like, okay, let me get another dog maybe. But that one was just the bad choice because that one was on meth or something. I don't know. So now I got this little guy who's not gonna get big. And hi, baby. And he doesn't make any noise. He can barely squeeze the squeakers in his toy. He's just very chill.
He looks like he's made of like soft with a creature.
Like a little dust mound. He looks like the Ottoman from Beauty and the Beast. But he doesn't have a name yet because I just got him yesterday.
Oh. So I feel less bad knowing I didn't know about the dog if you just got him yesterday.
Yeah, I just got him yesterday. Okay, sorry, get down. He likes to be on the floor. My bad. But he's just very chill. Like right now, he just laid right down. He's just sitting there. So that's what I need. I need a dog. If I try to walk him too far, he lays on the fucking ground and protests. Like, bitch, that's far. That's enough. That dog, we were doing like miles and miles, and he would just come home and fuck up my house. And I'd have done like a 12-hour shift and got up at 2:30 in the morning. And I'm like, can we go to bed, please? But yeah, that doggy was a bad fit.
Yeah.
Ooh, Latasha says she has a German Shepherd. I love those dogs. They're so smart. But I've always been in apartments, and you can't have them in apartments.
My dog was in my bookshelf tour. Everyone likes my dog now. He's a star. His name is Batman, but he's like in the back because he's huge.
Was it? I don't think I saw Batman. And that is an awesome name. I love it.
Well, he looks like Batman. See, like he has his ears black. He's all black. He's very sleek. Mm-hmm. And he has his ears to stand straight up. Oh. And then on his chest, he has like this V, like an inverted V. That kind of looks like a bat signal. Like
that's awesome.
So he's Batman. Also, he used to get on the roof of our old house.
What?
because there was a hill in the backyard and he could like jump. He figured out how to get on the roof all the time.
Holy crap.
And he would sit at the edge and it was just like Batman sitting on top of a building. So like a shadow. So it was Batman.
Was his name already Batman when he started?
His name was already Batman, but he just like proved her point.
That's perfect. I fucking love that.
And yeah, no, my boyfriend found him, adopted him. And it was funny. He sent me a video when he first met Batman. And he has him on the little rope at the shelter. And he's walking him around. He's like, look at this dog. I'm like, he has like full erection this whole video drag. Like, I was like, I'm sorry I looked at the dog's dick immediately, but it was out. And he's like, oh, I didn't notice. I was like, well, I noticed. And now he's our dog. He's our little guy. Maybe I can go get him. He's kind of big, though. I'll see. I'm going to get him. Hold on. I'm wearing pajama shorts, so you're all going to see my butt probably, but it's all right. Hold on. I'm pulling him down just so you don't see my butt. Okay, I'll be right back.
I did not even attempt to put on real clothes today. I have on a hoodie and Captain America pajama pants because, you know what? I got up
My
at 2:30 in the morning.
shirt something.
Sleepy. Let's see. Who has? Oh, yes, he's a Shih Tzu and a Maltese mix. So he's not going to get any bigger than 12 pounds. And my other dog is a Maltese and a Yorkie. So they look totally different, but he should have some of the traits that I like in my other dog. She'll work. Hopefully. I mean, I don't have a choice. He's safe, so let's see. This is never read a math book. Oh, there. I don't know.
I know this isn't a dog, but I got a cat.
Oh, it's cute.
Candy.
Oh,
There's my kitty. I found my kitty, so I have a cat.
he's adorable.
Okay.
That's a big cat.
It is.
Okay, so there was a cat. Put my headphones back in. Batman. We're working this out. We got my cat, and this is Batman.
Oh,
And my boyfriend holding him.
He's like, why are you doing this to me right now?
cute.
And Batman. He's my special little guy.
Oh my
Hi.
god, adorable. Yeah,
Oh.
like a Batman. I love it.
Hi, baby. Yeah, so this is Batman. Well, he can hang out for a bit. There's just a bat signal.
That's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he definitely looks like a Batman.
His ears aren't up, though. Ears. Usually his ears are up. Oh. Yeah, it was a cat. I have a cat. I'm allergic to cats, but I have one. His name is Cagney. I found him when he was like this big. He was in my backyard, and his mom like cat hairs on my lipstick. Ugh. I found him when he was like a little baby because his mom abandoned him. Like we waited for like a long time for the mom to come back, and she never did. So
Aw.
little baby kitty, and they think he'd like me more, but like he doesn't. Probably because I pick him up and put him on camera. You want to say hi, Greg?
Hi.
Hey.
It's real. No one believes me. Okay, so yeah, there's these people exist. I have an actual boyfriend. No one ever sees him. Anyway, so that's my dog. We're talking about a book, aren't we? Hey, book club.
Oh yeah, that thing.
That thing, you know, books and dogs and Batman with his jowls. The boyfriend does live. See, people keep wanting to meet him. They're all like, "Let's see your boyfriend." You guys get the exclusive sneak peek with Batman being a goober. Look at his goober face.
Oh. He's even got the look down. I love
I
it.
know. We can both make the face. Mm. Mm. But like it's like a Batman face, right? It's so noble.
It is. That's a very Batman face.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Sleeping
Puppy just climbed under his bed. I don't know what that's about.
bag.
He is literally.
Okay. Okay, puppy time's over. What are we time's over? We're talking about a book, guys. Books. Okay, Batman. Nope, no, it's about this time's not over. He's sitting in a chair next to me, by the way, like on the chair.
That's cute.
Okay, since you're gonna stay Batman, you can be part of the video still.
It's like, okay.
Okay. He watches TV with me. Like, he likes TV. Like, there's dogs and cats on it and stuff.
I love that.
He's cute.
That is so cute. That's adorable.
Yeah. He likes to cuddle. He howls. Oh my gosh, if ambulances go by, he howls like a wolf, but he's really bad at it. So it's just like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassing him. He has a very masculine howl. A treat? There you go. So let's talk shit about Mac some more. Oh, Mac. She's the worst. The literal worst. I hate her so much.
Yeah, I really can't remember why the fuck this book has 5 stars. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. 4 stars.
I don't have any answers. And it's just so bad all the time. And like I don't have any words. Vlane. Like, why is his name Vlane with an apostrophe? You don't need a fucking apostrophe, dude. Like, Vlane? I can't.
I don't know. Doesn't Sherilyn Kenyon do that though? Like Valerian.
She probably does, but I'm just like, I'm still over it. I'm just finding ways to hate this because I hate it for everything.
Fuck, it was bad. It was so bad.
Okay.
I was a little shocked by her reaction when she found out that her and her sister were adopted. I was just like, it was almost like she found out when she was 12 instead of when she was 22.
Yeah.
I was just like, I get you're shocked, but at the same time, you're like, let's talk about this. Don't act like it's not real. I was just like, girl, act like an adult. You keep saying that you are.
She says a lot of things. Doesn't make them true. Hey, Batman. You can see himself on the screen.
I hate our character so much. Like, even without like the things that happened in the book that she did was stupid. Just like even not doing anything before the story started, you should start. She's a dumbass. Oh fuck. Just stupid for no reason.
All of it. All of the reasons. Now I'm like, because I read this a couple weeks ago, so I'm forgetting things.
Mm.
But it's like literal. I can't like think of specific things. I have like few specific things I hated. Like the Rainbow Bright dress. I talked about that. Her sitting in the goddamn foyer looking at pictures in the haunted house. All of it. Slowly pulling the chair away. Okay. Yeah, just all of it is terrible.
Yeah, I have no words except for it fucking sucks.
I think we've discussed the book enough. We're talking about puppies now. But yeah, it was just like last month, this book like literally ruined my day. And it was like this book, I read The Mister, which is also a dumpster fire.
Oh,
I ranted about that to you girls already, but okay. The Mister, I read that and I finished it and went right into Darkfever. So it was dumpster fire after dumpster fire. So like it like ruined my life for a while because I couldn't read anything else. Everything else was just like I had no mood to read. It like set me off on a horrible slump because they were so bad.
Dude, I had The Mister. I got it as an electronic loan from the library, and then I just was like, I'm not ready, and I let it sit there until they took it back. And when I went to go borrow it again, there was a waiting list. It was like, oh, guess I can't read it now.
Yeah, you don't. Just don't. I ranted about that in our Voxer chat too. It's just
Yeah, I was gonna buy it because I had said I was gonna vlog like reading it, but I was like, I can't spend my money on this shit. I can't. I don't want to do it.
I went to a book signing for it. I met E.L. James and she fucking signed it. She fucking
Oh.
signed it. It's really bad.
Oh,
And she was like not signing anything for 50 Shades.
That's
I
fun.
know she was like only signing this book, and Stephanie. I know Stephanie's a huge fan, so I went and got Stephanie a copy, and I got me a copy, and I mailed it to her. I was like, "Whoa,
Ooh.
signed." The worst one is signed.
She's like deliberately not signing things for 50 Shades. Did
I
she?
think basically she could only sign one of the books. She would sign 2 things and no merchandise, and one of the books had to be the Mister. And Stephanie had already pre-ordered it, so she like updated the address on Amazon, so it went to me. So I had my copy and her copy. So I just went, and she wouldn't sign anything else. So I was just like, all right.
Odd. I guess.
Anyone read anything good lately?
Not me. I've been reading crap after crap. That's why I've like been in such a slump. Oh, right now I'm reading Sapphire Flames. The
You have it early?
Wait, what's that? I'm sorry, I'm lost.
it's the
It's a
kind of
spin-off
a
of
spin-off.
Burn for Me by Alona Andrews. This series is a
They
spin-off.
call it like book
Yeah, I need
4,
to-
I think, but it's basically the spinoff. And I had an arc of it because I is it Berkeley, I think, is now one of my approved people on NetGalley, so I just get their stuff when I request it for the most part. But I haven't, like, I've been in such a reading slump. I can't even read that like quick. And I freaking so this one with Catalina as the main character and the narrator instead of Nevada, it's more like up to date with the language and whatever. Like it's more like a millennial wrote it, which is really cool. But I still like it has a lot of, like, her books have a lot of details, like the mystery and whatnot in them, and I just haven't been able to pay attention because I've just been in such a slump and so fucking tired. So my work schedule is insane right now. But that's like the only thing I've read recently that has been pretty good, unfortunately.
I love Alona Andrews books, but like I met Alona Andrews as a husband-wife team, and it's like it was one of the worst meetings I ever had, which makes me so unhappy. And I can't even pretend I enjoyed it. Like it was
Why
just Alona was kind of mean to me.
Oh no!
And I'm a weirdo. Like I get it, but but like she was just like she gave me a face when I said something, and I was like, all right, well I guess I'll shut up forever now. They weren't very nice, and I was like, oh okay, well. So yeah, I have like Burn for Me signed because I loved it, so it is signed. So there's that.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was unpleasant, which is unfortunate.
I think maybe I don't need to go meet them if they ever come in.
It might be like, I don't know, there could have been extenuating circumstances, like maybe they were jet lagged, or it wasn't the guy. The guy was fine. It was Alona. But hot damn, do they write good books? I don't care if they're jerks. I don't care.
That's what, like, someone asked me before, and I don't know what it was, but I think when I started trying to go to Comic-Con and I wanted to do like the celebrity pictures, and then I thought about it, I was like, no, I don't want to, because I don't want them to be dicks. Like if they are, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know because that would just kill it for me.
Like most of the time, I have like great interactions. Like I love meeting Leigh Bardugo. She's the sweetest, and I have a thing now where every time I meet her, I say something weird and she laughs. So like it works. Like last time I saw her, it was when King of Scars came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, Nikolai's my favorite. He has like this big dick energy that I'm into. Like I said that to her face, which is weird. Luckily she laughed, so I have great practice with Leigh Bardugo.
I haven't finished that book. I haven't started that book yet. I need to read King of Scars, but I haven't been able to finish the British trilogy because Alina makes my face hurt.
It's not the best. I was kind of a little let down by King of Scars. I think the sequel is going to be good, though. I think it's like a big prologue, essentially.
Oh, well, that makes sense. It's the okay. Check this out. So I went. Oh, sorry, my stomach is growling. That was rather loud.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, good. So I pulled up for some reason because I'm a glutton for fucking punishment. You know, on Goodreads, if enough people highlight stuff, they make it a quote tag. So there's when I was googling Barons, it popped up favorite Baron quotes on Goodreads.
Oh Lord.
Oh baby, they bad. Okay, so here's one. I guess he was listing something because it says 4. If you try to force yourself into my head, I will force myself into your pants. Why is that a quote that people liked? What the fuck? I wish I was making that shit up. I'm staring right the fuck at it.
There's a lot of problems. There's all problems. There's no not problems.
See, here's another one where I guess apparently I don't remember, she lost her memory. She did something. I don't know, but she thought she was hallucinating and she thought she was seeing Barons after he had left. And I guess for some reason he was naked because it says stop staring at my dick. And then she goes, "Oh yeah, it was definitely an illusion." And then she said out loud, "Barons loved me staring at his dick. I informed it. He would be happy if I'd stared at his dick all day long, composing odes its perfection."
Why?
What the fuck? Here's another one where he apparently punched her. She told him, "Punch me." He said, "Don't be absurd. Come on, punch me, Barons. I'm not punching you." I said, "Punch." Ow. He decked me. What?
That's not even his quote.
Like,
that's something she said. That's some idiot shit she said about him.
167 people like the fact that he fucking punched the shit out of her. What is wrong with people?
Maybe they like, I don't know. I'm trying to be positive. Maybe people just put that because they like what, like WTF for that. Because I can't imagine people like, oh yeah, he hit her. I love it.
I don't know. Some people like that fighting shit. I mean, to be fair, in the Kate Daniels books, I like it, but they're closer equals. They spar. It's not he just punched the fuck out of her. They actually fight each other. That's different.
Yeah, well, Kate Daniels has powers of her own. Like, I don't feel like she's a non-combatant.
Yeah.
Like, she would get in a fight with someone way bigger than her and win.
He's not like a millennia-old fucking shifter that just decked a 22-year-old dumbass in the face because she told him to.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, yeah, I'm going to be honest, Kate Daniels, some of the relationship stuff where they can constantly kind of get into physical fights with each other is a little problematic, but it doesn't bother me.
It didn't bother me either. And I think my excuse that I gave myself for that was like, it's a fantasy world. Their world's kind of rough. And at least it's like neither is abusing the other. Like, that makes it better. They're abusing each other. But it's like it's always like sparring, whatever. I don't know. It sounds weird out loud, but I've like excused it in my brain. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, neither of them get really hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are we defending this? We don't have to defend anything.
No.
We either like her or we don't. Lone Andrews. We should read that. Maybe it'll be the pick for August. Yeah, August we need to pick books for.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. I need to read the Edge books too. I have not read those. I only read like one of them.
I want to read those too. I think I have one. I have On the Edge. I got that at a library book sale.
I read the first one. I don't know the other ones. I don't remember. But yeah, I only read one of them.
Yeah, we'll read something. We can always put this back on the list. I think this was on the list before.
Yeah. Because I feel like if I at least get one of them read, then a good chunk of people will probably like binge. I just want people to read the series. That's basically it. I don't care. Just read.
I haven't found a series yet from this group that we're going to like binge read.
Mm-mm.
But it's okay. It's helping me clean out my shelves. Because like I had books 1 through 5 of the Darkfever series, and I'm like, I'm getting rid of all of those. Got a lot of space now.
Yeah, I think I had a couple of them over here, and I'm like, well, I guess I can get rid of those.
Saving
I do have
me
a couple of them back there
from buying books that I was thinking about getting before, so that's nice.
Oh no!
Wait, you read a comment?
Just said something that happens.
Yeah, that's the assault I was telling you about. That is the assault I was telling you about, where it's like a group of them, and then after that, Barons is that's when Barons basically saved her with his dick. After it was that shit. Yep.
Oh Lord.
I think that might have been the last book I read.
I wanted to burn them with fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't continue on with the Nina Blake series, because she's fucking animals and shit. Like, What happens? What happens here? I had like the first 11 books. I got rid of all of them. So much space on my shelves.
I mean, we can try the Mary Gentry series, but I'm already telling you that series is way shorter and it gets way like orgy-ish quicker.
I mean, if it's just an orgy with consenting adults, like fine. As long as there's no like weird shit happening.
Yeah.
Like besides the orgy itself. But like orgies aren't that weird, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you like.
If everyone's there and they want to be there, cool. I will read that. That doesn't bother me. I have a very strong stomach, so to speak, when it comes to that. As long as everyone's having a good time.
Yeah.
Awesome. But not with animals. That doesn't count.
No. That's just weird. Yeah, when I was like, that assault, because I just didn't want to like blurt that shit out because that's rough. That's weird. That just
Yeah, it was a weird comment because like of what it happens in it. They asked me if I have to like approve it. I got a notification to approve it or not. But I approved it because I'm like, people need to know.
Yeah.
By the way, I just read this recently.
Oh yeah,
Really?
it was good.
It's so good.
Oh.
Lauren,
I
you should
had
read
a
it.
slight problem with it just because I read With the Fire on High right before that, and she called
Okay.
her daughter baby girl,
Oh,
and he kept calling her that. So I
Yeah,
was just like, whoa, I can't take that.
it is adorable. It got me out of my slump. It was the first book I really wanted to read.
I need to read it. I thought I had it. I might have lied. Do I not have it? No, I have something else. I have
Yeah, it's smutty. It's like dirty sex, but like good dirty sex. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
all I needed to hear.
it's dirty in the good way. We're like, yeah,
Have
okay.
you guys read
Baker.
Josh and Hazel's Guides to Not Dating by Christina Lauren?
No, I
Oh,
think
I got that one. Josh and Hazel's Guide.
I read that one recently too, and that one was pretty good.
I'm wary of her books because I started with the Bastard series, and I'm just like,
I think their later stuff
like
is way better than their like very beginning, at least from the people who has read their beginning works. I haven't read any of those, so I don't know, but I read that one recently, and it was pretty good.
yeah, no, the Dirty Bastard, whatever the hell those damn books are called. I keep
Beautiful
trying to
Bastard.
read them. I keep trying, and every time I pick it up, I'm like, nope. I don't think I
I
ever made it past the
like
first
them.
chapter. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. It's like
They're basically erotica. Like they're smut.
they are, which is fine. I have a lot of
They
smut.
fucking chapter 1.
Yeah, exactly. There's like barely any interaction. It's like you open the book and they're like fucking in the hallway or something or other. I'm like, okay.
It gets better though. Like some of the characters in it, like it's legitimately some of the funniest books I've ever read. Like 2 and 3 are pretty good.
Yeah,
One is like just smut, and then 2 or 3 also very smutty, but like funny.
because I'm pretty sure I read their fanfic when they were writing fanfics. I didn't dislike them. It's just something I just keep trying to read that first book, and something about it, like the way it starts, for some reason throws me off, which is fine. Like I read a fuck ton of erotica, but that I don't know what it is about that one book. Just like, okay, that's enough of that. Let's see. Let me says, so I've seen the cover of Shadow Fever at the library I work at. I've wanted to read for the longest. Thoughts on reading the series out of order? I wouldn't with this series because it's not episodic. It's like a sequential, like an entire story. You probably will. It'll be a little weird. You'll miss like important detail.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely an ongoing story arc.
Yeah. And with the way she like kind of introduces shit at random, like it'll be all over the place. I think if you read out of order, so I wouldn't. But I
You know
would.
what you can read out of order because it's a standalone.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm not gonna probably get off my ass and go get that book today, but I'll buy it on Kindle.
I actually laughed out loud. You know when you're reading, you just smile because you're like, "Oh, I'm laughing on the inside." No, like sound came out of my mouth. Like it's funny. It's legitimately funny, and it's legitimately like dirty sex, and I liked it a lot. It was perfect. It's what I needed in my life.
I need to read it. Maybe that'll get me out of my slump because coming up here, I need to be reading City of Brass because I'm doing a group read in August for Kingdom of Copper, and that book is like this goddamn big. So I need to be out of my slump so I can like get through it. But I've just like been reading crap, so I don't want to read anything. I think I'm just like my brain's like, bitch, quit poisoning me. That's enough.
Let's see. Does anyone have any books they are interested in reading in the future for August for book club?
Ooh, yes. I keep meaning I have to finish putting that list together because I was putting it together on my laptop that died. So I gotta start over. Yay, fun. I need to probably put all of my paranormal shit on one shelf, but there are hardcovers and paperbacks and shit.
Oh, my computer froze again. Great.
Nope, we
Well,
see you.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
That book, I think it's called Stray, with the female werewolf shifter.
Don't do it.
I don't know who that's by though.
Do it. Rachel Vincent, don't do it.
Okay. She said no, not at all. Okay.
Oh, we should put Bitten by Kelly Armstrong.
Bitten
Oh,
is I need
yeah.
to finish that series.
I've been wanting to read that, so that's a good one.
We need to watch the show if we read the book.
I watched the first season, but I didn't go past that because I was mad it got canceled.
I think I saw the pilot and that's it so far. Because I don't watch things. I'm bad at watching things.
That was like one of the few. I don't Netflix anymore, unfortunately. I'll be in like a mood like now if I have a slump. Maybe I need to go finish watching Pose because I haven't finished that, but like very rarely.
Oh, it's called a Trail of Lightning, I believe. Latasha asked. There's one called Something Lightning, where she's
Yeah. So
Name's
I
Trail of
wanted to
Lightning.
read the second book, but I was waiting to see if anybody from book club wanted to read the second book since book club started with the first book.
I did not read the first book because
I have it. Whenever if we decide to read it, I have it.
I have to read the first book. I'll read the first book and then we can go to the second book.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to reread it anyway because I felt like I was trying to rush through it because I was reading a Jane Yellow Rock book and we know how that went. So
yeah, see, I read the Trail of Lightning first, and then I read the Jane Yellow Rock book, which made the Jane Yellow Rock book even worse because it's like glaring differences, and I'm like, nah, bro, this is bullshit. I can't do it.
Yeah. Something like the universe was stopping me from reading Trail of Lightning. Like I had it in my book outlet cart and they ran out before I bought it. And I had it on loan from the library and it was like so far down the list. It was insane and I never got it in time. So it was like a weird like convergence of events.
That
But
book,
I need to read it.
like I actually gave my copy away to somebody because I wanted them to read it. So I don't give away my books for shit. I will buy you a whole ass new book before I give you anything on my bookshelf. I gave my book to one of the travel nurses who was here when I moved here because she's a big reader. I think I gave her that. I gave her my N.K. Jemisin book, and I gave her I think I gave her one of my Neil Gaiman books, but I gave her like a stack of them, and I was just like, "Here, you need to read these." And she had started Trail of Lightning, and she fucking loved it. I was like, "Well, just keep it." Yeah, now I need to go get another one because I want both of them. The cover for the second one is so good. Oh, that cover is gorgeous.
it's on my shelf. I will go get it, but my shelves are like all the way over there.
I just pull it up maybe because I got my iPad right in front of my face. But yeah, we need to read that book, and I've been putting it off because I've been wanting to see if anybody from book club wanted to read it. But I was about to put in Trail of Tears. Bitch, that is something else. God, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm very stupid shit.
Let's see. Okay, this is weird because like I don't know. I don't remember the last time I did a live chat, but it keeps asking me like, "Do you want to approve this comment?" For like comments that aren't bad, like Cecil Bill. Like I want a whole ass new book, and it asked me if I have to approve that because maybe it says ads in it.
Yeah,
probably
you got kind of a swear filter thing on there, maybe because
I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I'll approve this. I just keep approving things. It's weird. Anyway,
we can go back and read that first Janine Frost series. Oh yeah,
I have like all of those. I got them in a library book sale.
Say which
the grave one, the first grave on the right, or what is?
No, is that the first one?
It's something with a grave, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
something like that.
Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like in a cemetery.
Yeah, the half vampire girl.
Yeah, we're on the same page. We don't know what it's called, but we know what it's
yeah. I reread that series like frequently. I dislike the way they ended in that shit with the other. I don't remember his name now. The guy that was on her team. I dislike the way they handled that. But other than that,
we should read that though because I have them. I just got them at a library book sale. I want to read them, so maybe
I think I started it and didn't finish it. So rereads always get down for that.
Cecil, swear all you like. Cecil, I'm sorry, I won't swear. No, swear. I like them. We've been swearing this whole time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, my mouth is terrible.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get it to show it off because I have to show.
Ask a question because when I started this Google Hangout, the little blurb came up saying, "Hey, starting August 1st, there's no more Google Hangouts."
What?
I know. I know. And she just say, hey, do you know what's going on with the whole Google Hangout and YouTube? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, but that came up on my thing. And I'm like, good thing I'm in July. I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I know there's other options. They just put they'll just have like a stupid little logo down at the bottom. I think they're still free, but it'll say like if it's Skype, it'll have like a little Skype watermark down in the corner. It's no big deal. But I know there are other options, but that's why is
Like I just figured out how to do it in the new account, in the new studio beta. Like I just figured out how to do it. And it was actually super easy when I did the studio beta version. Like this is the easiest I've ever gone on live chat. But now that like Google Hangouts is going, I don't know. Sorry, Brandy, you're gonna be the one to test drive that one in August.
No, that'll be fine. Here's the cover for that if you guys are curious at all.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh.
And it like has like a almost iridescent cover like sheen to it.
Yeah.
And that's the back of it.
I need to go get a physical copy of the book just because I want it on my bookshelf.
I have matching copies.
Ooh, those are nice.
The first one is so good. Like it's dark, but it's not grim dark. But it like in the first like the beginning of the book, she was trying to save this kid who got bitten by a monster or something. She makes a lot of
She got kidnapped
right in the beginning
Yeah.
of the book, and I was like, oh, this bitch is badass. Give me, I need it. It's great. I was almost about to tell you what happened, but I was like, nah, you gotta let it.
Ooh, finish my soda.
I've been off of soda. I've had no soda in 3 months, and I swear to God, it's painful still. Water soda is so bad it hurts.
Yeah, I put a little koozie on it so I don't get demonetized. Yeah, like Entangled is nice to me, and they send me things.
That's cool.
Yeah, fuck you, Harlequin. Sorry, Harlequin's mean to me. They're so mean to me.
I just got books from Entangled. I need to actually do a giveaway, but they sent them late. So,
have you tried the other subsidiary? It starts with a C. It's Corsa something, Carina Press or something like that.
Oh, I was happy with Entangled because they have like a lot. They have a much more diverse roster.
Do they?
Yeah, they're actually one of the biggest ones putting out books by authors of color in romance. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna fuck with someone, like I want to fuck with Entangled. Like they have like a wide, diverse group of authors, which is nice. And Harlequin's just like a field of white folk. It's too many white people in Harlequin, and they're mean to me. So fuck you, Harlequin. I'm sorry, I'm like bitter now. Entangled's nice to me. I'll deal with Entangled.
I need to move to like I've decided I need either if I'm gonna keep doing like booktube and want to do a lot of book stuff, I need to either move to New York or LA because there ain't shit happening in Seattle. You would think Seattle's big enough to where shit happens. Nope.
Come to LA because then we can play and we can watch Drag Race.
I've been trying to go back. I need to go back to school, so like I'm signed up to go back because I figure if I'm gonna move to either of those places, I need to be making more money because if I live in LA, I'm gonna live in a box.
Yeah,
I got too much.
What you going back to school for?
Civil engineering, because fuck nursing. I'm tired of it. It's sucking out my soul. I can't do it anymore.
I'm thinking about going back for computer science. I still haven't completely decided yet, though, because I'm like,
yes, do it.
I need to make sure I'm interested before I go spend more money, you know?
Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking of, too. It's like, it'll either be civil engineering, but then everybody at work is like, why don't you go back for IT stuff? You always fucking with the computers. It's like, you mean fixing the shit you break? Yeah. And they pay pretty good as well. And unfortunately, like people are like, you shouldn't pick a job based on how much they pay. I'm like, bitch, I got bills to pay. So yes, the fuck.
Right.
Because at this point, like nursing is great. And for me I'm just an LPN. Oh, don't say just an LPN. I'm an LPN, not an RN. So like I make good money to not even have a degree. But, you know, you deal with a lot of shit in nursing, and then the nurses are getting so burnt out and shitty that now you don't even just have to deal with shitty patients. You also have to deal with shitty staff and shitty staffing. So if I'm at this point, I'm basically like, if I'm going to be unhappy at work, no matter what, y'all going to have to pay me for the privilege of pissing me the fuck off every day. So I might as well go for something that I'm going to get paid more for if I'm going to be miserable any fucking way. Why not?
That's how I feel right now.
Plus, hospitals are a lot more bureaucratic than I thought they would be. I don't know, like, I had a lot of blinders on. There's a lot of really shitty, like, policies and procedures in hospitals that are just, like, they go against, like, everything that, like, I stand for, like, reasons I wanted to be a nurse. Because even though I sound like a crabby asshole, I genuinely do like helping people. And it's getting harder and harder to do that. So it's like, I need to get out of nursing before I'm, like, any more, like, depressed and shitty than I already am. But then there's also that thing. It's like, fuck, I'm 30 and going back to school and I'm starting all over. Fuck.
Fuck
Yeah.
them. Do what you want.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to go back to school. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a degree in theater theory. I have a degree in thinking about plays.
But you have a pretty cool fucking job, though. When you
But
told me
not-
what you did, I was like, that's
How
cool.
did they hire me to do math? Like, oh, so yeah, I do math all day. Didn't study any math in college.
That's okay, because the math they teach us, I don't think you use it for shit. Class, college algebra, then you start getting into weird shit. I'm like,
Yeah, it's just multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's all I need.
oh.
Did they give us money? Plus. Did they minus? Like, that's it. Like, it's not difficult.
Yeah, no.
But actually, no. Okay. Because I know I tell you guys about it when because I work in Hollywood, and sometimes we do have celebrities come in, and they're always like the hot dudes. Like when we have an Australian production, they bring the hot guys over. I love Australian productions. Anyway, we're moving now because we're going to do less post-production. So I'm not going to get any more hot dudes.
Aw.
Oh.
You know, I'm bummed about it. We moved offices too. I've been like a slump from bad books and having to move an office.
Oh, no.
So yeah,
Yeesh.
I'm kind of bummed there's not going to be any more cute butts for me to Google.
That was a pretty good job, Perk, gotta say. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. I was, I'll just spilling some tea because I don't want to be like all showy about it. But like Charlie Hunnam came in to do like voice recording, and you can't not look at his butt if it's available. I'm only human, and it was a glorious bottom. I'm just gonna share that with the world because I feel like the people in this chat need to know.
I would do the same. I can't blame you.
He's very intense in person. Like he is constantly having direct eye contact.
Mm.
Like he's really into eye contact, and he's like staring into the sun. Like you can't do it. So I don't know. He was very nice though, and got a butt to go.
I am terrible at eye contact, and people who keep trying to make eye contact with me make me uncomfortable. I'm like,
That was it.
Literally in the vicinity of your eyes, but I'm usually looking like here-ish. I'm never looking people in the eyes because for some reason that feels really intimate and it's kind of creepy, and it's just like, stop staring me in my face, please, thank you. Yeah. I don't know though. For Charlie Hunnam, I might suck that shit up.
It's like staring into the sun. He's like too handsome in person, so it's like it's a lot. Like I can't keep looking at you. It's difficult. So I know my face is doing something weird because you're too handsome.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Like my favorite way to talk to people is when I'm driving because I have a perfect excuse to not be looking people in the face. It's great. Some people get so offended. Like I had a patient that would just like get mad every time he wanted me to talk to him. I was like, I'm not staring into your eyes every time you have a question to ask me. That's weird. And like literally he got so pissed off. He like screamed at me in the fucking lobby one day. Look at me when I'm talking to you. I was like, all right, motherfucker, first the fuck of all. That's when I realized I probably need a new job because you're supposed to let this shit roll off you. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, well, what we not gonna do is that. You can have a seat though. Thank you. I smile at the end. It's kind of like those really southern people who like basically tell you fuck off and then say God bless at the end of it.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
I've adopted that though because my boyfriend's family's from Kentucky, so kind of the South, but kind of the Midwest. It's like that weird in between space.
Yeah.
But bless your heart. I never heard it before, and I'm like, oh, that means everything I needed to say. I love that saying so much.
Yeah, I use it. I use it a lot when I think people are stupid, and I don't want to call them a dumbass. And somebody asked me, "Like, what do you think about the new so and so?" I was like, "Oh, bless his heart."
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say. That's it. It's done.
Oh, bless his heart. He's stupid, but he tried. You know, it just does everything. I love it so much. It's the best thing.
Let's see. What's comments are going crazy over there? Tasha said, I wanted to be a nurse, did clinicals at a nursing home, and knew it wasn't for me. I don't know why they stick people in nursing home first, because nursing homes like are very necessary, but like as far as a nursing job, nursing homes are like the asshole of like because you have to, nursing calls it wipe and diaper. Basically, you got to change a lot of diapers. It's a lot of blood sugars.
Mhm.
It's a lot of total care feeders, a lot of turning people every 2 hours. And then a lot of dementia patients. So they're confused. You have to bathe them, help them get dressed. It's like where I work, I don't have to do any of that, but it's still very like, ugh. But yeah, they start you at nursing home first, and I don't know if that's like to weed out the people who just like are never gonna be able to deal with it. But that's a horrible place to put like people right out of school. It's like, all right, let's go change some diapers. Like, I thought you were joking about that. I mean, I didn't think they were joking, but they
Yeah.
right into it.
I think maybe just because like people don't really want to volunteer for that position.
Yeah.
So it's just like, there you go, fresh crop every semester.
They need to fix it though, because nursing homes also have like shitty, like you can only the one that I worked at. I it was my second job, and I dropped that bitch in a heartbeat because like they don't let you call in. You can only miss like 2 days of work a year or some crazy shit like that. I was like, well, nope, that's nope. Mm-mm. That sounds like slavery. Nope, them days over. Sorry, Kizzy, I am not. Fuck that.
Oh man, nursing. I didn't have the patience for it. I was studying to be a nurse for a while. I was going to be a surgical nurse.
Ooh,
Like, I was doing pre-med classes, and then I was sitting in a bio lab, and I was like, I fucking hate science. Like, it came to me,
yeah.
and I realized that's true, and I was like, theater. I'm going to think about planes for a
And
degree.
the part is that you need all those science classes only because you have to catch the shit that sometimes doctors miss. Because when I was doing them, I was like, I don't need any of this shit. As a nurse, I will never be diagnosing people. I'm never examining their blood work. The lab people are supposed to do that. The doctor's supposed to do that. I'm not hematology. I'm not, physiology. I'm not any of that shit. But then I went to work
Oh,
in
excuse
ER,
me.
and you basically have to be able to do all that shit. Because when I worked in an ER where there were a lot of student doctors, a lot of residents, and I was new to the ER, and a resident came, and I told him like, this is what's going on with the patient. He's like, so what do you think I should do? What the fuck are you, the doctor? What do you think I should do? Don't ask me that shit. God damn it! What the hell? Yeah, that. Yeah. No, nursing is like, I love it, but I don't feel fulfilled by it anymore because I'm just worn down. I also would like a job where I don't have to work bad weather days. I don't have to work holidays. I don't have to work weekends. Like if I have to do overtime to
Yes,
get a job,
yes,
one thing.
and yes.
I'm like never gonna meet anybody because I'm always the fuck at work. I would like to not be single. Like it's not a problem per se, but I would like some damn company. I'd like to have kids one day. That is never gonna happen if my ass is always at fucking work.
Lauren, you are speaking my life right now because
Yes.
that is me right now.
Uh,
I'm like, I'm signed up to dating websites, and I'm like, ain't even no point in even opening it up because I'm always at work or I'm sleeping because I gotta go to work.
Yep. And then work drains you so bad where like I'll see people talk about like how they went out for drinks after work, and I was like, bitch, who got the energy after work? I don't want to talk to you. Don't look at me. Don't fucking text
Look,
me. I don't look at
I
my
get off of work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so ain't even no point in trying.
It's pretty much like unless you work with people your age, which unfortunately the hospital I do not. There are no people my age like at all. I am the youngest by about 20 years.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
unless you work with people your age, you can't even hang out with work friends. So like if you hate work and then work sucks out all your energy so you can't hang out after work, it's like the only interaction I get with people is bitchy coworkers and pissed off patients. It's like I'm so fucking like depressed and moody all the time. It's like I need a new job because this shit's gonna turn me into like a serial killer or some shit. I can't do it. It's terrible. And I'm like nursing is a very like it's a good job. Like it's needed, but god damn it, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's a rough job.
Yeah.
I just do math. I get off at 6 o'clock at night. I do go home or go to the gym. I don't have these struggles. I feel fortunate now.
I mean,
I get an hour for lunch.
see,
So I work 9 to 6.
that's the other thing with nursing. Like even if you work 12-hour days, since you can't be off the floor, you only get a half hour lunch, no matter what. That's it.
Mhm.
You can't even. I'm like that shit is brutal.
I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled.
No, you just have like a normal job. Nursing is just like dickish. It's just rough.
Yeah.
No.
Hospital related. Period. It's just fucking rough.
Yeah, I work in a hospital. Not a nurse, but the hospital nonsense is ridiculous.
It is crazy. It's like I mean I get off at 4, so it's not even like I get home and don't have time to do shit. It's just I get home and I'm so beat the hell up. I'm like, you know what? I can't. So like 4th of July, I came in. I had to come in at 4 in the morning because now we're short staffed. So on top of that, I'm not working early. So at a full week, on top of that, I did 20 hours of overtime in that 1 week. I worked like 60 some odd hours that week.
Oof.
And then it's like, hey, do you want to go out at 4th of July? Nope. Mm. And my mom's like, you're never going to meet anybody like this. I was like, I'm not going to meet anybody if my crabby ass is sitting in a bar cussing people out too because I'm tired. So
True.
Yeah, I met Greg on Match. I did Match.com.
oh, that's cool.
I was on there for a month and a half and I met Greg, so I wasn't on there for very long. I have very limited online dating experience. It just kind of worked out.
Yeah, I feel like I should probably try a legit one because I think I tried like OkCupid and I tried Plenty of Fish and oh Jesus, no.
Yeah, I figured if someone's willing to pay for a service, they might be more serious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I was only on for a month and a half, and I went on like 3 dates, and Greg was one of them. I didn't. It's been like
What's up?
shit, how many years have we been together? 7?
Nice.
One. If she can get here by 1.
There's a what was it? I don't know. There's a lady I work with who's like, well, you should try Tinder. I was like, I should try what? Excuse me? She was like, I met my boyfriend on Tinder. I said, bitch, you got lucky.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
someone trying to fuck.
I was gonna say that's the app for hoes. I mean, that's fine. I don't care. But that is a meet and bang app. No, thank you. That is not what I'm looking for at this particular time in life. Thank you very much. You got lucky as fuck. I am not looking for a boyfriend on Tinder. No, ma'am.
I think it would have been fun if I was single, because I would have just wanted to swipe all day, because it's just like a game.
Yeah, maybe.
It's terrible, but like I don't know. I barely online dated. I don't have like any good stories. It was just
No, I only like dated 2 or 3 people and they were all bad. One of them was the white guy that he kept trying to come over at like noon. And when you work nights, like noon is it's essentially you came over at midnight. I'm sleeping. I don't want to do anything.
mhm.
Like no. And so I like didn't answer the door one day and he like flipped the fuck out, called me all kind of N-words and shit. It was terrible. Acted
People are crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the things I worry about, especially being out here in Texas. I'm like, can you really trust these people out here? Like, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Scary.
Yeah. So far, neither Greg or I are serial killers, so it's worked out. Neither of us have murdered each other yet. Yeah, we've been together for 7 years.
That's awesome.
That's kind of
Nice.
bananas. Now that I think, I'm like, oh gosh, 7 years. I've been with this guy. I love him though. We live together. We have dogs. He's a good guy though. It worked out. I met like 2 other dudes. One of them was like I remember going out with him and I was like, he dresses a lot better than I do. Like that's all I could think about the whole day. And I was just like, I can't compete with this. Like he was a very snappy dresser. And the other guy was from Colorado and just like silly.
Mm-hmm.
But like both of them were like cool dudes because like I went out with the other guy a couple times and then like the Colorado guy we went out with once and I just wasn't feeling it. And he said like, hey, do you want to go out again? And it was like in the messenger and I was like, that's really sweet for you to ask, but like honestly I'm not really interested.
Mm-hmm.
So and he was just like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh wow, you didn't call me a bitch or nothing. So it worked out. And then I met Greg and then yeah. Greg and I were on the like advanced course of relationships. I fucked him on the first date. My vagina's magic. It worked out.
That's awesome.
Well, our first date was like 7 hours before we went back to his house. Like we were out for a long time. And then like I think a couple days later he met my mom. And then within 6 months of us dating, I flew across the country, met his whole family. Like we were on advanced studies courses.
Nice.
Like we were just like, oh no, we're just gonna get married now. Like we're together.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like we met, like our anniversary is our first date. Like we've just been together since then.
That's awesome. I love it.
I know it's a weird thing. This is it. We're together now.
Maybe my ass needs a try match then, because these free ones are not working. These people.
Yeah. Well, okay. No, I gotta tell you this. Okay. Before I went out with Greg, we did like a Skype date, and I was very sick, like very sick. And I was just talking to him. I was like, I just want to go use my neti pot. You know what neti pots are? It's like you put the water up your nose and it comes out the other side. And I was like, I just want to use it. He's like, okay. And I'm like, do you want to go with? And he's like, sure. So I did my neti pot on Skype with him, and he still wanted to date me. If I knew blasting my boogers on the internet then, would have done it before.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that should have been the first giveaway. We're both equally as weird.
We should. I don't know. I should need to try something because now, especially now that I'm 30, and a lot of people have that. There's like weird stigma about how people are like judging millennials for still being childish, and then other people are like, no. So like the Funko Pops and the cosplay and then the video games, like there are a lot of people my age who like it, but a lot of those people are already together, and so there's like the stuffy people who are divorced or are still single or whatever that are in my age group now, and they're just essentially like, it's kind of childish. I'm like, oh well, fuck you. It's weird. Like dating is fucking super hard. People are creepy. There's like I dated one guy since I've been here, and he essentially like tried to come over to my house for the first date, and I was like, well, no, I don't know you, no. So I was like making up all these excuses, and I was like, no, because I'm not unpacked. I just moved here like 2 months ago. He's like, well, I can help you unpack. I was like, what? No,
That's
no.
weird.
Yeah, he was just trying to get over to my house. I was like, fuck that.
Everyone's sharing like their like cute like relationship stories in the comments.
Oh,
Aw, that's so cute. We're bringing love on a Sunday.
that's awesome. Well, somebody bring it to me, hell. I've been single for a long fucking time. Golly.
I was always single. Like I'd only had like one boyfriend before I met Greg. I was always a single person, and then I was just like, oh, like we're just together now.
It works.
It worked. It just kind of worked out. I don't have like a good like story about like I don't have like a rom-com story where we like had all this drama and broke up for no reason and then got back together and the music swelled. Like I don't have that. We just like, oh, we're just together now.
Oh. Oh, she said it was on Christmas Eve too. That's so cute. I love it. And I kind of hate all of you, but it's fine. Yes, I am that bitter single person. Oh my god, even in high school, I was a bitter asshole. Like people walk around all that Valentine's Day shit, and I'd have a pin in my hand. It's like one more of these fucking balloons pop me in the head. Yeah, I'm kind of a dick. It's fine. It's probably why I'm single. It's okay. How did this conversation go here?
You know why?
This
Because we're
happens
reading
every
Paranormal
day.
Romance, and all these people we're dating are probably still better than Jericho.
Yeah.
They ain't bruising our ribs, so we can't wear bras.
Yo, Jesus, Jerry.
Bringing it back to the book. I'm a champion.
I feel like at least I warned people, even though it was a hilarious warning. Like I was like, Barons is an asshole, and I don't mean that like Casbreaker asshole. He's just a dick. And you see, Barons
I didn't know. I didn't know like this was gonna happen.
Nobody knows because like everybody who read the book, like all of a good reasons, like, oh, Bearco's so hot, and then I'm usually like, I'm always the outlier anyway, so I'm usually like, but like, no, this time it was bad. I was like, why do so many people like this book?
Yeah.
Why did everyone lie? This is a land of lies. Anyway, so Darkfever, we all hated it. Consensus?
Yes.
I gave it 1 star because the ending, like she kicked some ass, and that was like the 1 star I gave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be my rating. Maybe a 1.5 because I'm interested in the plot of the story, not everything else that's going on.
Like it does have some things that are salvageable. Like the Fae in it are genuinely bad guys and they're creepy. And I felt like they were well thought out. So there's that. It's just everything else is terrible. So I don't know what to do. So I'm giving 1 star because it wasn't like it's a dumpster fire, but maybe it's a put-outable dumpster fire.
I'm trying to think of it as like, I don't know. I keep trying to make excuses like, well, maybe people like that kind of character, but I literally know no readers who is like, I like that character. No, I don't know why people love this book. But then again, maybe they do because people like Selena's ass, and Selena drove me up batty for 3 books. 3 whole
I
ass.
like Selena.
I didn't mind it. After the first book, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I didn't have the same issues that you had with it.
I couldn't do it. And I don't know if it's maybe because I read A Court of Thorns and Roses and then A Court of Mist and Fury first. And then A Court of Mist and Fury I liked because, they rarely show like the PTSD effects and like the trauma effects like after people go through shit like in the first book. So I really like that. And everybody like, well, if you like that, you should read the Throne of Glass series because it's so much better. And I read the first book and I was really stuck on that candy, bitch. I don't know how bad I was stuck on this candy and this puppy. And I was like, you motherfuckers lied to me. Damn.
I'm gonna read Court of Thorns and Roses this month. It's on deck.
You still haven't read it yet?
Mm-mm. I've been reading one mass book a month.
Okay.
Just finished the whatever that other series was.
Kingdom of
Over
Ash.
there. No, it's over here. I don't know where my things are, but don't worry about it. I don't have to say where they are.
I need to know what you think when you read that book.
Okay.
It's-
I kind of liked the Throne of Glass series. Like by the end of it, I didn't get the Dorian hype, and then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so Dorian's a sex god. I get it. Like I appreciated those sex scenes quite a bit with him and
I don't think I
Manon.
got that
was
far.
like,
Or I
oh,
skipped
sorry,
it, maybe.
him and Manon do it, and it's awesome.
I don't know that I got that far. I don't remember. I do intend to finish them, but I know that a lot of people had problems with Kingdom of Ash. They said that there was a lot of stuff that
It-
she bit from like Lord of the Rings and shit.
It was kind of probably my least favorite of the series. Actually, it's not bad. Like there's a lot of cool stuff that
It's
happens.
just too long.
It spread thin because there's so many different perspectives. There's like too many, and it was kind of off a little bit, but the rest of it, like I think Empire of Storms is probably my favorite of the series.
I can't remember which one, but it was essentially like so far, like when she met Rowan, like essentially, and she pissed herself off. I don't know why. Like
That
that
was
particular book.
I think that was Heir of Fire. That's like book 3.
Yeah.
I
Because
like
of the thingy that he was like, yeah, we're going to go in the woods and go face this thing.
yeah, like from that book on, I like the series. But I have whatever tower, what's it? But I don't know if I want to read it because I don't like Kale's ass. Kale is emotionally constipated, and I can't imagine reading a whole fucking book about Kale. I can't. No.
Well,
They all like,
there, it's not all about him. We
Yeah.
get other characters too.
but like Kale, he was injured, so he goes to this country to get healed because he's essentially paralyzed from
Yeah,
the waist down.
yeah, I remember
And
that.
like they find so many ways to ask him if his dick still works.
Oh
Like,
god
Right.
damn it!
so often. Like, so can you still like perform? And he's like, fucking yeah, my dick works, okay? Leave it alone. And then another character will come, you're like, so can you like go to the bathroom? He's like, yes, my dick fucking works. So often they're asking about his dick. We get it, his dick works.
Yeah, Sarah J. Maas has her the little like that lady's a sex freak. I swear to God, I swear. You can't tell me she's not. I won't believe it.
I mean, some of it was pretty good. Like I said, Dorian Havillard is a sex god, apparently. I was like, okay, tell me more. I will read a whole book of this.
All right. Oh, maybe I need to finish the series, and I still haven't bought Kingdom of Ash. Like the whole man on Asian thing pissed me off too. So I'm like, I'm not. No, I'll buy the Kindle one. I don't want the fucking hardcovers. It pissed me off.
Yeah, they never really talk about what her face looks like. They just say it's pretty and she has pale skin.
And then all of her, because I follow her Pinterest page for a little while. All of her inspiration artwork and stuff for Manon, it's all white women. Every single last one. Now
And
she's
they're
like,
also
no,
beautiful.
she's been Asian all this time. Bitch, shut up. No, she ain't. Stop.
No. Oh, hey, Jess. Tiny T said, oh, I have lipstick. Hold on. Okay. I get why I didn't pick up the Fae Fever series now. I feel like what I read in this book has nowhere akin to the Highlander series, even though there's some crossover. I know Karen Marie Moning has a Highlander series that people seem to like.
Yeah, I that's the one I keep trying to read the first book and I never finish it.
Oh, I have those too. Library book sales.
They might be good. I don't know. Like I said, I never finished the book. I think it's just it started slow maybe and I just got distracted. Like that wasn't horrible. I just can't ever get through it.
I think it might just be the writing style. I think this my author and me aren't going to get along. I think this is how it's going to be.
Yeah, probably. I can't see if she's like writing characters like this and including all this weird questionable consent shit. How better like the questionable consent's going to get in historical times is going to be worse because everybody uses like the historical time frame as an excuse to just make motherfuckers rapey as shit. Like, well, they're married. He can do what he wants. No.
No. I'm not reading this for accuracy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, did you see is it Julia Quinn, how her series is getting made?
Yeah.
Everybody is wigging the fuck out because one of the characters is black.
I didn't hear that, but that's garbage. What?
So, one of the characters, if you look on Julia Quinn's Instagram page, she showed like she has a couple of the actors, and one of them who's going to be, I can't remember. I think I took a screenshot of it though because my ass takes screenshots of everything for what reason? Because I sent it to my mom because she reads a lot of them. So it was
I remember seeing this on Twitter now. People are saying like there were black people in England.
Yeah, and that's why.
Okay, that's why. Because I was just
That's
like, yeah, there were black people. Like, what? Why are people mad about this? I was a pure soul at that moment. I didn't understand.
Yeah, I saw it when Mara retweeted it, and then I was like, "What's this about?" Because my ass is always nosy as fuck. And then I was like, "Oh, cool, she has this show." Oh, look at the comments. It's a fucking trash fire. What the hell? So people are saying, somebody said, "Cancel this adaptation. It will be out of reality. I want the cast described as they were in the books." Somebody else said they were in mourning. I'm afraid that Katie or Sophie will be black too. They're not respected nothing. I was like, God damn, what the fuck? And then she went on to say, if they want diversity, they should hire Chinese people as well, not only black people. There's one black person so far. One.
Like, sure, hire Chinese people. Who gives two fucks?
Yeah.
They are fictional characters. We just want to see them bang each other and wear nice outfits. Like,
Pretty much.
is it just me?
So I think it's gonna be who her Simon character is, and it's that guy.
Ooh, wait, no, do that again.
He's attractive.
Yeah.
Lauren talks so we can have the big picture.
Oh, sorry. So this is gonna be Simon, the main character, or one of the main characters.
Oh,
And people
hello.
are wigging the fuck out. And so that's why everybody have been sending like those tweets to say, you know, by the way, there were actually well-to-do black people back in the day. Like, quit freaking the fuck out, assholes.
People are just sensitive. It's also racist, but it's just people are like, we deserve to have a white Ariel. I'm like, do you? Do you deserve that? I don't think you deserve
You've
anything.
already had several, I'm sure, by now. So
Like, why mermaids are fictional? They could be purple.
Yeah.
Like, and also, like, I like tweeted about it because I think the casting is so good. It's like way better that she looks Caribbean because it doesn't take place in the Caribbean.
Hmm?
It's like, wouldn't a native character look Caribbean? Like, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And then Prince Eric being an European, you know, interloper. So they're not going to say colonizer. They're Disney.
They
But
should.
like, they should, but it's Disney, you know. So I'm gonna say interloper for the sake of it. But like having that, it's like a whole much more interesting story.
Yeah.
You know. Then you get Pocahontas. Everyone liked Pocahontas. Damn it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, they said they shouldn't do Pocahontas. It was for the story. I don't know what the original story was, but the original story was apparently problematic as fuck, and Disney shouldn't have touched it in the first place. I don't know what it is, but like, indigenous and native people are really pissed off about it on Twitter. I was seeing it this morning.
wait, for what?
The Pocahontas.
Oh,
Apparently, the actual original story, her name wasn't Pocahontas. It starts with an M. If somebody knows it in the comments, that would be helpful because I can't remember it.
well, yeah, it was very historically inaccurate. I mean, they also, you know, dragged her back to Europe and made her marry some white guy.
Yeah, it's apparent. Well, that happened. Like, well, it didn't happen that way in like the second movie, but apparently, like, it was pedophilia and rape. And
Yeah, she was like 14, and John
story.
Smith was like a dude, like he's like 30 something. Like it was, yeah, there was a lot of fucked up shit. They're like, hey, let's just make her an adult in the cartoon. We're not trying to do too much. It's Disney.
That's why people are mad because they're like, this is actually a pretty like shitty story for our people. Can you not like make it pretty and make money off of it, please and thank you?
Oh, yeah. I'm just going through my third grade, or I think it was in third grade or something when it came out, and I loved it because it was like, oh god, she was my favorite.
Yeah, she is mine too. It's my family.
I know it's not accurate, and like as an adult, I know it's probably very problematic. But as a child, I was just excited because it was like something I hadn't seen before. Like I was really
like, kids, you don't know that. Like my grandfather is half Native American, so like our family's part Native American. So that was really exciting for me too. But I didn't know any of this stuff when I was a kid. So.
She died at 26 from typhus. Pocahontas. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh no.
Apparently, like there was a problem with Mulan as well, so that's
The
why
live action would look dope though.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen the trailer? It looks good. It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Mulan.
I was too busy like being really fucking pissed off by that. So they played the Hakuna Matata scene from the new. It's bad.
It's bad. Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
When I saw it, I was like, oh no. Oh no. Like the whole time.
I was gonna watch it because but then like I saw that scene and I was like, no, what is that?
What happened? Yeah.
It looks really shitty. Like I don't know about that. Like I don't know how it's singing with these weird CGI animals.
Just leave it animated. Like, I don't know why they're like, it's live action. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
These are not real animals you train to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was like, when they said that, I was like, live action Lion King? Explain that to me, Kimasabi. How that gonna work?
Yeah.
No, that is not live action, friend.
Everyone's a monster, basically. That's what we've learned about the world.
Pretty much.
Everyone's a monster.
Pretty
Just try not to be the biggest monster in the room and you'll be all right.
Okay, so has anybody watched the Aladdin live action movie yet? Because Aladdin is my favorite, and that genie looked rough, bitch. Rough.
No,
You know what?
I
I didn't
haven't.
see it, but a lot of my friends did, and they said it was really good because it's Guy Ritchie directing it. It was like a Guy Ritchie movie, but Aladdin.
I don't know what it was with that just giant CGI genie, and I don't know what I expected Will Smith to sound like, but he popped out that motherfucking lamp sounding like the fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? This is so weird.
Yeah, it was not done well.
Oh god damn it.
There's no shadow. It's just like matte blue.
He didn't even try to
They
change his
didn't
voice or
animate it very well.
And then they tried to make him like stockier up top, like the animated genie was, so he just looks like strange. He
Yeah.
looks so strange. I was like, what? Jesus. And then he just popped out that motherfucker out sounding straight up like the Fresh Prince. I was like, God, to be more careful. God damn.
Yeah. Latasha, she's like, not gonna lie, when they said live action Lion King, I thought they were gonna be people acting in it.
That would
would
be
make
kind of
more
dope if
sense.
they did it like the musical, because the musical with the people in the little weird headsets, the headdress that looked like animals, that was dope as fuck. The Broadway show, it
They
was
should have done that.
It was so good.
Hi, Brandy. I feel like we're dominating.
Oh
the
no,
conversation.
you're good.
I'm like, oh,
I
no,
don't
we're
have
going
anything to add to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Disney's, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Disney fan. I was when I was a kid, but as an adult, like I don't really care that much.
I don't like the remakes. They're weird. Just come up with new shit. This need to make them all live action for what?
Money.
That beats that what
They
the
make a lot of money, especially in foreign markets with them.
well, that makes
They're just like, how do we make a lot of money and put minimal effort in because we already have a script?
yeah. I mean, I
Hollywood.
refuse to watch Beauty and the Beast. It's like that. That mug looked strange. I
Oh, I
couldn't do
didn't
it.
see it. I don't see anything. I'm terrible at watching movies. Like I'm the worst. I don't watch anything.
Yeah, I think the last thing I saw in a theater might have been Black Panther. That was a whole ass 2 years ago now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw Booksmart. I went out with some Bookstagram people because like Bookstagram in LA, we found like a clique now. I feel
That's cool.
we all kind of know each other, so now we have like a clique, and I feel like we're like cliquey.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like weird about it. I feel like we should be more inclusive to our clique. But anyway, that's another story for another time. We went and saw Booksmart.
There's a new season of Veronica Mars.
I saw a preview, but I've never seen any Veronica Mars ever.
Me either.
So, no. Brandy, have you seen Veronica Mars?
I started watching it a little bit ago, but I didn't get too far into it because it wasn't really what I was expecting it to be, I guess.
Yeah, we've gotten so far. We like every live show, we just get so far off the book.
This time it's the book's fault though, because there's only so many ways you can.
Yeah,
Piece of
we've
shit.
complained about it enough.
Yeah.
Like, whatever we're gonna do. Anyway, so August we should pick some good stuff. I still have to read Dead Witch Walking, which is our July pick.
Yeah, I haven't read that one. I think that was another one like I started and got distracted and never finished it. So I only ever started like the first chapter.
The audiobook is on Hoopla if anybody wants it.
I saw. I'm like, I'm gonna check that out. But, I'm excited. It takes place in Cincinnati, which is like an odd place for it to take place. But I've been to Cincinnati. It's only like an hour away from Lexington because I know things around Lexington, Kentucky, because that's where my boyfriend's family is. So I've been there a lot. So I'm like, oh, I know where that is, and I know where that is. I read Iron in Blood, which is like a spin-off of the Kate Daniels series, and it takes place in Kentucky, and there's a castle. I'm like, know where there's a castle in Kentucky? Lexington. So I'm like a nerd for Kentucky.
I was not expecting to like Iron and Blood. I love that damn book.
It was good. I didn't know how to think about Hugo, and then I was like, no, Hugh. Sorry, Hugo. Ew.
Did you listen to the audiobook?
I did.
Because Steve West narrates. I was like, fuck, now I need the audiobook. Damn it.
Yeah, he does. He's very good. But like he puts in weird accents because I listened to other ones on audiobook too, and they didn't have accents. Like Andrea, he gave her an Italian accent, and I was like, wait, she's from Texas. So like there were some things that were like odd because he doesn't obviously know the other books in the series.
Oh.
So people have like odd accents because Ascanio sounds like an Italian name.
Mm.
So all the other Baudas that are in the book, he's like they're all Italian.
Oh fuck.
Which doesn't make any sense because they're fucking hyenas. They should be from Africa.
Oh.
What do I know? I just know where animals are. That's the only problematic thing I have about Kate Daniels. There's a whole lot of white hyenas running around.
I didn't even notice that until you said it.
Right? They're
Never
all
occurred
white to me. There's no black hyenas, and I'm like, it's an African myth.
Yeah, there's just like that one black, and like George and her family. I think that's it.
Yeah. So it's a little not as diverse as it could be.
Yeah, it's just like one gay couple, the rat alphas. That's it too.
Yeah. Oh, you're an hour below Lexington, savvy book reader. Savvy book hunter. Cool. Sorry, I'm just like reading comments now. And yeah, Kim Harrison is the author of Dead Witch Walking. I'm excited. I want to see like a witch bounty hunter. It seems like a cool concept. That was Brandy's pick for the month.
So are we going to do all new books for August or recycle some of the old stuff that they didn't get picked?
I think we can just do whatever we want. We're adults. We can pick new ones or old ones.
I don't know which one I want to pick. That's what I'm asking. I was like, what are you going to pick? Let me see if I
still have this out. So maybe we should put this on the list because people need to read this. This is a guaranteed hit. We're all going to love it.
If anybody doesn't, you're dead to me. Don't tell me I want to know.
Really, we're all just going to have a million boners for it in the live show. You've been warned. We're going to be happy and not like dumpster firing.
I mean, like, you've seen me manage to bring up fucking Kate Daniels in every single live show. So, like, how bad do you think it's going to be when we read not Kate Daniels, when we read an Alona Andrews book?
It's going to be dope. I loved this book so much. It's so good. There's no smut, but there's smut later. It's laying the foundation.
Is awesome. Gotta tell you.
It's really good. I'm sorry. I'm gonna like I said, millions of boners for it. It's so good. Please, everyone, go read this. We mentioned I brought up "Bitten" by Kelly Armstrong. That's a good one. There's books we picked before that didn't win. We could pick whatever.
I'm trying to think of complete new stuff, and I'm running out of options. Even though there are a lot of paranormal romance books, like
I did mention the first part of the Janine Frost.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like Halfway to the Grave, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I do want to read that. I have it.
Did you read the new spinoff yet, Brandy?
No, because I never did finish the one with Vlad, so
I didn't either. But
I read the first one.
I think I read 2 of them. And this is the second time I've read the first 2 and could not read the third one. I don't know why I didn't. I'm just like, when it's like a duology or a trilogy, I just never want to read the last book because I don't want it to be over. I still haven't read Crooked Kingdom yet. Still.
No, I haven't read either of those yet. So
Look at Amanda's face. She's like, the fuck?
I haven't read Six of Crows either.
You were saying how you liked Cat's Wrecker and you haven't read it?
I read Six of Crows. I didn't read Crooked Kingdom. I didn't finish it because I was like, when I finish this, bitch, that's all you get, and it's only 2 books. And after I thought that, I was like, I can't read this yet. I'm not ready.
She's gonna write more eventually. She's going back to Kirch.
I need more Kaz in my life.
I cosplayed Cass at a Lee Bardugo signing. I dressed up like Kaz and showed up. I had like the cane with the
saw that. It was so dope.
I was on the Fierce Reads like homepage because they put pictures and it was like
nice.
That's so cool.
I was like, I'm dressing like Kaz. Like I was obsessed, and I still am. I love those books.
Okay, you guys, this is really sudden, but I need to go because I'm about to go practice driving so I can get my license before the year's over.
Yay!
So
okay, we'll let you go. But
I will talk to you guys later or in the next live show, whenever, something like that.
Alrighty.
I guess
bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Sorry, this is abrupt ending, but it's all right. We've talked for 2 hours. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna find the button. Okay, stop.